it's snowing today. Woo! Doesn't snow that often, so I'm so happy right now. I hope you hear me well because I forgot my microphone in the van and I just don't feel to go back. So hopefully I'm gonna go closer from you so you can hear me better. So today I wanted to talk about winter in the van. Because yeah, it's snowing, so technically it is winter. We usually don't get any snow here in Squamish. I mean, once in a while, but not that often. So when it's snowing, like everyone's outside right now and like enjoying the snow because yeah, it's probably not gonna last very long. So yeah, super exciting that it's snowing. Last year, it's been 3 years now, 3 winter. It is my 3rd winter, I should say. In the van or in the vehicle, I should say. And the first year I was in my car, so it was a little bit different than in the van, but at the same time quite the same. So the first winter we had a lot of like cold weather, but not really, I mean cold weather. I should not say that, but like -10 I think is -10, -15 was the worst night, if I should say, sleeping in my car. And last year we had more snow. Last year we had like maybe that much snow in one day. My van struggled a little bit at that day, but nothing too major. I just stay in town, stay quiet. And yeah, so far this winter is pretty mild. We didn't have that much cold, and that's the first day that it's kind of snowing, but you know, you can tell that it's not snowing that much. So yeah, living in a van in the winter, all it is, my little tip, I'm not an expert, but I just wanted to share a little bit of my kitty. Come back here. She's in the hole right now. She's looking everywhere. So yeah, the first year I was in my car, it was not a plan. If you know a little bit my story, I started sleeping in my car thinking that it would just be for a month or 2 until I find a place to rent, decide that yeah, I didn't want to rent something, and I just kept going, sleeping in my car. And the first winter, I was not sure what I would do with the winter. I was a little bit worried to be cold or not. But I ended up just pushing, if you want, myself, and it was not so bad. Strangely, it was the worst winter in terms of cold. Like I say, it was -15, I think, the worst that we had. So I didn't have any heater. I didn't have the cat. I had my sleeping bag that I was just using as a blanket, and a bunch of other like blanket and things like this. But I even like that day that it was -15, I should not say like I was not cold, but I was not warm either. You know, it was kind of like that night. It was just like not the greatest, but not the worst either. And yeah, it was really different at that time. And I was not so worried because I was like, if it's getting really cold, and even right now, if it's getting super cold and we cannot handle it, I'm just gonna go rent a place at the hotel. You know, it's not like a huge deal. I always have an option. I always have a plan B in the winter in terms of the cold, of bad weather, or anything like this. This year and last year was the first winter. I don't have so much insulation on my van. I only have like a 1-inch pink insulation on the walls and like really minimum. And on the ceiling it is just reflex. So it's super minimum. On the floor I only have reflex, something that I kind of regret a little bit, something that I'm gonna do different if I get it under the van. It's put a little bit more insulation on the floor because it's kind of cold on my feet. But other than that, even if I have only a small insulation, it's still super fine. And I'm gonna say, if you plan on doing van life, the first winter, don't worry so much. Be prepared, get a good heater, Mr. Buddy or better than that, depend of the weather that you're facing. But it's not as bad as you think. Also, in terms of parking, so this morning, as you saw, I was parked at Walmart. Last year I was parked as well quite often at Walmart in the winter. So this morning they didn't snowplow. Walmart parking lot doesn't have that much snow. But what are you doing, kitty? All right, so yeah, they didn't snowplow parking lot this morning, but last year when they did, what I just did when I heard the snowplow, I just moved my van, and the guy was like super kind. He even like shoveled the front of my van just to let me out because I had a lot of snow that day. So yeah, just be mindful of where you park your van. I think that's the main thing. Try to think about the snowplow. They can kind of bury your van if you want. Pushing so much snow that you're gonna have a hard time to get out. So be careful on this if you park at like Walmart or any other parking lot. Understand that, you know, you don't want like the parking lot to be all nice and shovel and just your spot where you park your van will be all full of snow. You know, it's not nice. So be careful on this. I always park my van at the end of like the Walmart parking lot too, so they can shovel all nicely the front and let people go for the shopping. And yeah, and as soon as I hear the snow pile, I just move so the guy can do his job and I'm not in his way. If you live, like I'm born and raised in Quebec City, so we do get a lot of snow and a lot of cold weather. It's minus like maybe 40 in the winter, in the night, sorry. So, and it's got a lot of snow there, a lot. That's nothing. That's something that we don't even talk about, you know, like today is just nothing. But over there you cannot park in so many places because they want to shovel, they want to do the shovel and at night, you know, the snow pile work at night. So I never did like van life in Quebec. I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's way too cold. But and my van is just not the greatest on for snow and for cold weather either. But if you be careful where you park, if it's you are in a new area or anything like this, maybe do a little research. Is it the place where you're gonna have a hard time to park your van at night because they're gonna do the shoveling and all that, and they're gonna have restriction on where you can park and all that. So just be kind of mindful for this. But yeah, it's not as bad as you think, guys. Winter, yeah, don't worry about it. Seriously, it's something that I was worried the first winter because I was in my car and, you know, I had nothing. But I realized like, oh, it's so not bad right now, you know, especially on the West Coast here. We do get a lot of rain, not snow. So obviously, like, it's totally different than if I was living in like super cold weather and a lot of snow. Like they do have in Quebec City, but here it's just nothing, you know. So, but I do have to be careful and mindful of first my van, what it's capable of. My van is not the greatest, I know about it. I want to improve on this, but yeah, so I'm just super careful on where I'm gonna park the van and how easy to get out. I always park facing like the exits, so it's easier if it's got a lot of snow to get out this way also. I'm mindful of the guys who's doing their job, snowplowing the roads and snowplowing like parking lot and things like this. So be respectful of this. And other than that, it is just to keep yourself warm. And I mean, I feel like it's so easy this part, but I also don't live like in minus 40, which I mean, I'm sure that would be totally different. But so yeah, get a good heater based on where you live. get a bunch of nice blanket, and I do have an electric blanket, so sometimes I just grab a blanket and just warm myself this way. But other than that, it's super simple, guys. So don't freak out about snow day. And my cat want to go play in the snow right now. And I just want to, I was just filming some B-roll for you like all morning. I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful, that's so beautiful. It is gorgeous here. I'm so glad it's snowing right now. You probably see it a little bit. It's so awesome. I love snow. I don't, maybe it's because I'm born and raised in a place where you do get a lot of snow that I enjoy it so much, but yeah. And we don't get it that often, so it's always super exciting when snowing. So, alright folks, we're gonna go back to our little walk in the snow and enjoy a day. And yeah, don't worry about the winter, guys. My cat is in there. Don't worry about winter, guys. It's so much easier than you may think. Just be mindful of where you park and other people around you, and you should be alright. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already, don't forget to subscribe. And you know, guys, I love to chat with you in the comment section below. So don't forget to chat with me. And if you do live in winter wonderland, you do have tricks to make the winter a little bit better, don't forget to chat with us so we can all help each other. And I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.